Well, hello everybody. I hope you are having a fantastic weekend. Welcome to April 15th. This is usually tax day, but we get a few extra days this time because of the weekend. But I thought that because it's kind of like a money day, that today would be a good day to talk about my budget. These videos are like the only ones that I'm like, oh, I don't necessarily want to do that, but I also feel like it's important to like share different parts of my budget journey, because honestly, like the feedback on these videos are some that like I take and I implement and that I really think about. Not that I don't take feedback on other videos, that's not it, but like these ones I'm like, oh man, you guys all know so much more about budgeting than I do because I'm such a noob. But I am trying and like I'm noticing results, which we will talk about. And I have to say, the tool that I'm using right now, the Happy Planner Budget Journal, we'll just kind of go there. It's the guided journal, is really cool. Like it's really cool for someone like me who's newer to budgeting and who maybe just needs like a little bit of help. So we're just gonna be here together. We're gonna talk about it. I haven't set like monthly goals yet. I want to still use this piece and still go into this, but I have not yet. So this is still a work in progress. I'm also still needing to like map out my bill schedule as well. So this is coming. Again, I just have not had time to write everything down. At one point, I think I had everything written down somewhere on some piece of paper, but I don't now. My debt tracker, I don't know if I'm going to use this actually. And then the savings tracker. This is another one that I'm not certain if I'm going to use. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take these ones out because I'm still working on, I don't really have that much debt, to be honest with you. Like I don't have a credit card with a balance, and like my student loans don't come out of my account, and then our mortgage is like really the only debt that I carry other than my split pay accounts that I use. So here is where we'll start. So this is the first week, I guess, in the month of April. And so the first question at the top is talking about like what things I'm, knowing that I need to save for or that I'm going to be paying this week or this month. So we actually, so last time we talked when I was doing my budget setup, I was telling you guys that I needed to save like 300 or something, or maybe 500 for my beach trip. And lo and behold, I didn't actually end up needing to do that like smaller savings because I was kind of watching the beach rentals. And so here's the thing. So for our beach rental, we usually combine like, so our family and then Brian's 3 sisters' families. So we'll all be 4 families in one beach house. That's usually how we do things. So we need a place that sleeps like 12, maybe more. And so like I was watching those things and looking at like the different beach towns around Oregon, and like they were filling up like crazy fast. Like if you are planning to vacation to the Oregon coast this summer, I would definitely try to get your things booked as soon as possible because things are booking up quickly. What I actually had to do, which I think I will talk about later, or like I wrote down later, is that I needed to pay that earlier. They split the cost. It's actually really nice. It's like a split pay option. So I paid the first part of the beach house. Like I took out this amount out of my account and some of it came out of my savings, but the other families that are going with us, my in-laws, are going to end up like replenishing that or repaying that. So that is just like something that I'm accounting as money out right now, and then I'll account for it as money in later. So yeah, we decided to book early so that we don't have to miss out. And then for each month, I'm planning to save $100 from here forward for Christmas and holidays coming up. I was not very good at gift giving this Christmas, and it wasn't really for like lack of having funds. It was lack of like planning for that. Like I really only made Christmas happen for my kids. Like I just wasn't very good at gift giving this year. So I really want to, I like gift giving. So I want to be more prepared. I think the last minute Christmas shopping thing just didn't work for me this year. So I'm going to save like $100 each month, maybe more if I can, for gift giving. And then also, like, if I see something while I'm out and about, like I'm kind of looking right now and like I have lists and ideas for people, I'll probably pick it up early and just kind of save it in my pantry. And then I also want to put away $50 every paycheck. Oh, I should probably write that. So $50 per pay period. So it'll be a total of like $100 a month. So per paycheck, just for Go Wild. So like thinking about the ticket cost, my goal this year, because Go Wild does have a split pay option, which is nice, but my goal is to pay for my ticket at least up front and then continue to have that savings building for things like food and hotel and other surprise expenses that definitely come up when you're traveling. So, and of course flight if I need that. I don't know the location this year, so we'll have to see how that goes. But I want to save $50 per paycheck for Go Wild. So those are the things that I'm spending money on and or saving. Okay, and then honestly, like, this question is asking, like, what do I need to do to be able to save? I just need to meal plan, and you'll kind of see that as we walk through my expenses and like what I've spent money on. I am like a frequent grocery shopper, and I need to get better about like having basically just like twice a month grocery shop, like big things to have staple items, and then a couple of like fill-in trips is what I should be doing. But I feel like I am paying for groceries constantly. So that is something that I need to work on. Now that I'm getting my budget like written down and I can kind of see these things, I am going to start working on meal planning next. Like, that's my next step. Okay, and then for this month, the things that I want: planners and craft supplies, eating out a little bit. I didn't realize that that was something that I would actually want, but it feels like every time I'm out doing my shopping vlogs or anytime I'm out shopping, I like to go to Starbucks. So I think I need to budget for this next time. And then things I'll need, of course, housing plus bills, and then we needed some personal care items. So things like, I think we were out of deodorant, and then my daughter takes this like supplement for her anxiety, so I needed to get that, and we were completely out of toothbrushes. Someone used the last one. So just some personal care items are things that I needed to buy. This says, what can you give up or say no to or let go of this month? And then I said I'm going to circle back to this at the end of the month so that I can look at everything and kind of like say, okay, this is what I didn't say no to, and this is what I'm like willing to say no to next month or not. So that might be something that I look at for next month. Okay, so here is my monthly, just as like a reflection. And someone asked me like what my income breakdown is. And so they asked me if that was like before taxes or after taxes. But this number, these 2,000 amounts, these are post-tax. So these are like my take-home amount that gets deposited into my account. And then this is what will be deposited for YouTube. So I estimated on my other sheet like $550 or something like that. So I was a little bit low, but this is like the first full month that I've been back on YouTube. So things are like still getting acclimated and algorithm stuff is happening. Pro tip or helpful tip, if any of you are watching, commenting and liking the video definitely helps the algorithm and helps my videos to get seen, which adds a few more pennies back into my account. So you can even comment something like, this is for the algorithm, if you don't have a comment, and that would help a lot. So thank you in advance for doing that if you are. And then just, this is kind of like my current budget, but I may look at adding a couple of other categories, so we'll have to see. But that is where I'm at now. I'm not currently using my no spend tracker, but this is like my first week of expenses. Okay, so we can see like groceries, lots of different groceries on here, and I want to really work on that. And then I'm gonna go back, I haven't done this yet, but I'm gonna go back and look at PayPal and see like what these were, and then I'll put it in the either need or want category. AAA we still pay for, we're definitely doing that. And then I have on here our beach rental got put in, and then I'm really working on like if I purchase something while I'm out, like writing what that was so that I remember that. So yeah, like this Target trip was for all Easter stuff, and then like this Fred Meyer trip was for a dress for Delilah. So I'm working really hard to write my like expenses down. Like this was something that I carved out and like did every night, and I really like having this. I also had to add in one more like half sheet for my expenses because it spilled over. There wasn't quite enough room. So that tells me that, like, again, these grocery trips could have been consolidated. We use Instacart. We really like grocery delivery. That's just something that works really well for us. And there is like we do the like express one, but there are still fees associated with it. So we would be saving more money on the fees if we did it like just not every once in a while, but like larger orders less often. So that's something that I'd like to do. And that is something that I'm going to I planned to modify in the next week. And then this is just like my reflections. So I'll kind of summarize for you, but I'm really proud that I actually picked up my planner and like wrote stuff down, because I avoid budgeting so much, but I feel like it's one of those things, like I've talked about, the way that my brain works is sometimes like getting started is the hardest thing. Like my basement behind me is such a stinking mess, but I know that if I actually just got started on it and did it, it wouldn't take me very long. Same with my laundry room right now. It's just such a mess. But I know that if I got started, it wouldn't be that bad. So I just have to get in that mindset of starting, and I am in that mindset of starting with my budget. So that feels really good. And then let's see. Oh yeah, so definitely I wrote down here that I needed to work on meal planning for this upcoming week because we booked the beach trip earlier. So some of the money that I would have spent on food for this next week really was a lot tighter. So all of that. And then I did like daily budget gratitudes, and that was really cool. So looking at like the positive pieces of it. And then just again, really happy that I started. I only gave myself 2 stars, but it is what it is. Oh, and then the other cool thing is my credit score went up, and I'm finally back into like that good category. Like my credit score has been such a struggle for me. I've been really working on it, and I'm finally back in the good category. So that felt really good. So yeah, and then this is the next week of expenses, just as the budget check-in. This I took off because this was actually like a deposit into my account. This wasn't an expense. But you can see that I have very few groceries. There's only like, I think there's only 1 on here. There are more eating out, so I don't know if that like balances it out. Oh, and then this produce thing. So I guess there's 2. And then I noticed on here as well, there's this like money line thing that I had been using for a while, way back in the day. This is like how bad at budgeting I am. But way back in the day, I was using like cash advance things like when I was working on my teacher salary. So number 1, it tells you that I'm super bad at budgeting, and number 2, it tells you that teachers just don't get paid enough, because I was really feeling like I needed cash advances, but it got to be like a crazy cycle, and they charged this monthly fee for the service. So I actually went and canceled it because I don't use it anymore, but I didn't realize that it was coming out still. So writing my budget down helped me to notate that and notice that, and all of this good stuff. So I spent less on groceries. That was great, and need to cancel that service. And then this isn't quite done because we're not at the end of the week yet. This is being filmed on Friday, so I will update this on Sunday completely. But I'm definitely doing better with my groceries. And yeah, so I did actually have, I think, 2 more that I need to add on there. But writing things down, like I said, down here is really helping. It definitely gives me more time to review and reflect, like quiet reflection. And then again, continued with the gratitude. So that is my budget check-in for the month of April. I will film an update at the end of April, and we will do a budget setup at the end of the month for May. But this is just like fully transparent. This is just where I'm at with it. I feel like I filmed a similar video a lot of different months, but I feel like I'm more ready to tackle budgeting than I have been in the past. So that's where I am. If you have any feedback, or if you've ever been somebody who struggled with budgeting and now you're really good at it, and there's any tips or tricks that you can give me, feel free to leave those in the comments below. But other than that, if you are new here, hello, my name is Caitlin, and I would love it if you would stick around, so please hit that red subscribe button down below. And if you are one of my current followers, thank you so much for being here. You are wonderful, and I absolutely adore you, so thanks again for hanging around, and here is your internet hug for the day. If you'd like to find me anywhere else, you can find me over on Instagram at creatinginchaos_official, and you can also check me out on the Spice Chaos podcast, which releases a new episode every Tuesday Tuesday morning. So make sure that you check us out over there wherever your favorite podcasts are served. And then if you are doing any planner shopping or just any shopping in general, make sure that you check out the description box of all of my videos for coupon codes and affiliate links. So all of those things are greatly appreciated when you use them. And with that, you guys, by the way, have fun today.